Salutations, my wonderful people, and welcome to the stream. I am G20, also known as Godpool, and I am joined by my great friends Rai and Viggi. What's up, guys?
Would you like to take this first? Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Which one would like to? Oh, okay. I guess we've settled that.
We are so well prepared.
Indeed, we are only the most professional.
Yes. So, it is actually time for us to actually play the system we made last time. There was supposed to be a stream last week, but unfortunately, one of our buddies, Viggi, got sick, so he couldn't show up. But
Yeah,
that is just in case anybody was wondering. So, welcome to the first session of a campaign that is going to be that is named Size Zero. And as we mentioned before, it takes place in Iceland, Reykjavik, in the capital, in the year 2019. What was the date again? I think I have it written down here. It is January 7th. 2019. Now, before we actually kind of start, I kind of want you guys to slightly introduce yourselves and your characters. I will go last.
So, I'll just go first then. So, for reference on anyone watching, when the players, i.e. me and Rai, speak with this sort of accent, that's when we are in character, you see.
Yeah, they will be talking with Icelandic accents.
Many laughs will surely be had. And, yes, but however, when we speak like this, that's our out-of-character voices. So, that should alleviate some confusion.
Yeah.
We shall try to keep to character as much as we can.
Yes.
If we are able. So I will be playing the character of Styrmir Jonsson, who is a 37-year-old bus driver from a place called Breiðholt, which is like the up in the hills of Reykjavik. His hobbies are Disney golf for the PlayStation 2, and playing tennis with his good buddy Einar Askell. And I'm sure you'll get to know him throughout his many, many adventures.
Sweet.
Oh, I have such sights to show you.
Indeed. Speaking of his good friend, this is him.
All right. I will be playing Einar Askell. He is a 39-year-old garbage truck driver. His main hobby / life is just playing tennis, and Styrmir sometimes gets to play as well.
Yeah. Sometimes he even lets me win.
Yes. Let's.
So, if anyone is actually sharing, actually cares to see the rules of the set, I will send it into the chat once in a while if anybody asks for it. But it will just be a link to a Google Docs, and you will not be able to edit it, but you can see the character basic character information. We have actual character sheets that we have created for this. We made a specific character sheet for this, which is pretty cool. And I can't show you that right now because I haven't actually prepped that stuff, but I will show you guys next time because I will actually have a actual proper one to show you. But as I said before, I'm G20, and I'll be the Goose Master for this campaign, which is basically the game master.
It's the GM, which fits so wonderfully.
Yes. Now, as a one added note, the story that we're going through will be, well, it's set in modern times, but let's just say that logic and everything like that will not be very applicable to many situations.
We shan't let us tether it.
Yes, we will not have logic tether us to the story.
Or let the truth spoil a good story.
Exactly.
Who
Now,
needs it?
a tiny note. I just want to tell you guys this. I am having a person drawing actual images of us as geese, and I will put them in the background of the stream once they are ready.
Oh, that's many laughs will be had.
Yes, they will. And as a final note before we start, these videos will be going up on YouTube on a channel called The Danger Pool. I will. I'll link that maybe in the end.
You can just export these Twitch streams to YouTube, right?
I can, but this channel is this Twitch channel is exports to a different channel. So.
Ah, right.
But they will be up like in about a week after this because I need to do stuff. So,
All right.
Is everyone ready to get started? We've been waiting for this. We've been kind of excited for this for a week now.
2 weeks now.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Now, okay, I'm gonna close Messenger so that stops. All right. It is early afternoon. On January, the 7th of January, 2019. You guys have just finished an early tennis game. You came together at a place at a sporting facility called Leiknir and played a game of tennis, which just for entertainment's sakes, let's roll which one.
Yeah, shall we roll to see who won?
Yes, let's roll to see who won the game. Let's make it a single roll. By the way, we'll explain the dice system when we need to, but they will be rolling d10s, and we're using the trust system.
Right. Well, I have my d10s laid out before me, so...
I'm just getting my d10s, because I will need them as well.
Yeah. So...
Let's just have it. Let's see. Let's have it a coordination roll, just a single one, and let's since you're just competing against each other, the one that gets the higher total wins.
Right. So, Rai, did you put any points into your tennis skill? Because I have put 1.
I have not put any points, but since I claim to be an expert on tennis, I will put 2.
I expected 3.
I was debating whether 4 or 2.
Well, you can't put 4. Remember, the 4th one can only be given to you by me.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then definitely 3.
Right.
So, as a kind of a... So, to explain how the skills work really quickly is that you can have whatever skill you want. It just helps you in that one thing. However, it is basically a modifier you add on top of a specific roll. You'll learn as we go. Alright, so roll your coordination skills. Remember, Rai, you get a +1 on relevant accuracy skill checks. So I'm going...
I get an extra dice.
Yes, you get an extra die on them. So you get to roll 2 dice.
Yes, and I will roll 1. So, here we go.
However, you only pick the higher one.
Oh,
or the lower one if you want to lose.
What do you mean?
I mean, you only need
Isn't it just more successes?
he needs to He only needs to succeed.
Well, you
one.
can you only need to succeed once, but if you succeed both, you just kind of destroy him.
Well, yeah. Well, in that case, here goes 1d10.
I get a success.
I rolled a 3, which is not enough because I have 4 in coordination and plus 1 from my tennis skill. I do not succeed.
So you have 3 points in tennis.
And I have 2
Enough.
in coordination. I
And
rolled a 5 and a 1.
you have 1 skill point in tennis, don't you, Stidmit?
Yes, I
Yes,
do.
okay.
Only 1.
So it wasn't a very long game this morning. Einar just kind of destroyed you, Stidmit. It just wasn't your morning.
No, just was not feeling it, and we called it quits, seeing how I was not in the mood.
Haha! As usual, I am victorious yet again.
Stop being so smug. It doesn't suit you.
After the game, you decide to convene at a place you know as Moe's Bar Grill, where you kind of usually stop after your games, after your weekly game, and kind of get lunch and stuff like that before you go about your day. Because your friendship kind of just extends to tennis games and eating after them. Because otherwise, you guys are just too busy.
Say, Einar, how about a game of foosball? You, just so we can even the score for the day.
Foosball, you say?
Yes.
I am free for the moment, so why not?
Perfect. And we set off, and with the clink clink of the plastic ball as it rolls around in the fake football court, as our tiny plastic men swivel about, I have 2 skill points in football.
I will put no skill points in foosball.
Okay, I did not expect to add foosball, but
Yeah, well.
so you have 2 skill points in this.
Yeah.
It's again coordination, yeah?
Yeah, it is coordination once again.
Alright.
So I only need to roll a 4 to succeed. So
I'll need to roll an 8 to succeed. I got a 9!
I rolled a 2. Damn.
I was just about to say, I would say that in this situation, accuracy would not be relevant.
Oh yeah, I just rolled 1 dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I rolled a 2. So yeah, I actually fail. Man,
So
it is just not my morning today.
Aha!
Not my day.
you play a
Bartender, another drink. Celebrations are in order.
so you play again a somewhat short game of foosball where somehow you just lose despite your obvious more since you're obviously more skilled than him in this in the game, but somehow you're not hitting the right angles, and the ball just does not hit home. And Einar just gets a lot of lucky shots past you. You're just playing very poorly today.
I'm just not feeling it today. I'm gonna skip it on the drinks, and as I hold up my hand to the bartender.
So as you kind of sit back, I'm guessing you're sitting at the bar itself, right?
Yes.
So
After the game, yeah?
yeah, after the game. So you take seats at the bar, and you kind of start kind of chatting a bit and kind of wasting the day away, kind of just as you do normally on these during these free hours of yours, until you suddenly feel some drowsiness hit you. And you both of you start to look around, and you see that the other patrons of the bar display similar behaviors. They all seem to be somewhat drowsy, and you're kind of jolted back towards the barkeeper as he drops the glass, one of the glasses that he was bringing, the glass that he was bringing to you, Stidmit, To
Not
you,
my
Einar.
seltzer water.
and you see him kind of tumble back and like faint, and you see most of the people within the establishment do the same.
Oh no, Frederick, are you all right?
I want both of you to roll a brawn.
Oh boy.
Alright.
Oh, actually, I want you to roll health because that makes more sense.
Damn it.
Damn. I say damn as well because brawn is better than my health. So I only need a 7.
At some point,
I made it. I rolled another 9.
I rolled a 4. No.
this will be. Oh yeah, the
No,
difficulty of this is going to be 3. So I want you to roll 1 extra die.
Actually that.
Crap.
Oh, I rolled an 8. I made it.
So the
Holy Jesus, I made it again.
So the
How am I doing this?
to briefly explain the difficulty, the more difficult a thing is, the more you need to succeed. So it just requires you to roll more dice, basically. And you always succeed on a 10 and above. So
3 9s in a row.
once I get the goose pictures, I'm going to actually post the goose pictures with your stats next to them.
Yes.
So you, both of you, kind of you failed one of them, Styrmir, didn't you?
Yes. Failed 1, succeeded 1.
So Styrmir, kind of in a slight panic, you kind of try to stand up, but you feel yourself wobbling. But you manage to stay awake a little bit longer than most of the patrons, and you kind of just tumble over.
May I invoke my special talent, which is steady feet?
You may invoke it, but
Yes.
I'm gonna give you. But since you failed the health check, it's going to be a difficulty 4.
Oof, but I do get +1 die
Yes.
on relevant tests. So I have to succeed on 3. So
Yes, you need to succeed on 3 tests.
Here comes the first 2 because I only have 2 on hand. So I need this is coordination, right?
This would be coordination.
Right. So I will.
You are also stumbling, like struggling to stay awake, basically.
So holy crap! I rolled a 10 and a 6, which is exactly what I need. So 2 tests have been succeeded, and since I get an extra die, I can roll 2 more.
As
and
a
only
difficulty
succeed 1.
of 3. No, 4.
Yeah,
You need to roll 1 extra die, and then you get the extra die.
Right.
It's
All right, so I'll just...
3 tests that you need to succeed, and you get 4 dice because you're skilled in this.
All right. 7 and a 10.
Okay, so you
Wow,
succeeded
4
on
successes.
you succeeded on them even with your extra die. You managed to kind of like as you're about to fall, you managed to stabilize yourself, but like as you kind of stabilize yourself, you put your hand on the bar and you slowly kind of droop down instead of falling. And in the end, you're kind of on your knees and you kind of fall asleep like that and slowly kind of lie down.
Styrmir, stay with me, man.
You say as you kind of struggle to stand up from your stool, but unlike everyone else there, you're not like struggling nearly as much. You're kind of holding your you're kind of holding yourself a lot better than the rest of them.
All right.
However,
I take another sip of my energy drink to try to cheer myself up.
Yeah, you see, you immediately notice that it has kind of no. It is of no avail. You still kind of start drooping down. However, since you are more like actually kind of aware of it happening, you kind of like instead of letting yourself kind of fall down, you start to like lie down on your own accord so that you won't like hurt yourself, because you feel that you can't stay awake anymore.
Yeah.
And
just lay down.
Yeah. And the world fades from your view.
It's a short session, boys.
Everyone's dead. Thanks for playing.
How much XP?
You, so, Einar, you open your eyes and you see everything is blurry, and you look around kind of groggily, and you see everything kind of out of focus, and you notice next to you something pretty big, something surprisingly big. Like it's a little bit bigger than you.
I mean, I assume I'm laying down on the floor.
Yeah, you're lying on the floor right now.
I like peer my eyes to try to focus. What the heck is that?
It is around this time, Stidmir, that you open your eyes and you kind of awaken as well.
What do I see?
So you see everything kind of blurry, but you also notice a large object a bit further away from you. However, you do see the small foggy image of like a person that's sitting up. You can kind of tell that's person. However, when your eyes begin to focus on for the both of you, you notice that the item in front of you, this large item, is a potato chip.
All right.
Wide-eyed, Dirmir has the brief thought whether you should eat it, but chooses not to.
It is it's like twice the size of you guys.
A potato chip?
Yes.
All right, this is very important. What kind of potato chip?
Let's say it is. This is not a brand deal. A Lay's, like the salt one.
However, if you want to sponsor, I mean,
yeah, if you want to sponsor, please
accept.
go ahead. But yes, it's a large Lay's potato chip.
We'll take
Salt
our
flavour.
sponsorship in potato chip bags.
Yes. A Lay's logo in the fucking corner. Don't worry, guys. This is definitely Lay's that I'm eating.
Other potato chips are available.
Yeah. You could have your potato chip logo in our corner.
Yeah, think of the advertising space.
Yeah.
Maybe
But yes.
like 2 people will see.
Including us.
So, but yes, you see this large potato chip, and Stedman, you notice your friend Einar sitting way closer to this potato chip. He seems to be like 4 or 5 meters away from it. But your attention is mainly drawn to the huge potato chip.
Yeah, still processing that. As I look around, has anyone else woken up, or
Actually,
is everyone out?
When you look around, you notice more strange things. You don't see anyone close by, but in the distance you see kind of large metal poles going very far up.
What the heck is this? As I try to raise myself up. Can I manage this?
Yes, you
feat
can manage
of
this.
strength? All right. So
Truly an epic feat.
yes, worthy of saga.
Yes. I also stand up. I'm like, what happened?
They're like you would think that they're like 100 feet, 100, 200 meters between you guys.
What?
When you wake up.
200 meters?
Yeah.
All right. In that case, we do not hear each other.
No, definitely not. Hey, Einar!
Look around and see Styrmir and
Yeah.
say, Styrmir! You are here also! Where are we?
I don't know. When did this place get so big?
What do you mean?
Look how far away we are.
Oh, obviously we are in a new place, Styrmir. Do not be silly. I know you watch a lot of TV, but this is getting ridiculous.
Come on, I'm not being the strange one here. I'm sure you noticed the potato chip.
I mean, it is obviously some sort of statue.
They shout between each other.
It is just a strangely colored rock. I'm sure of it.
Will you approach? Will either of you approach the other, or will both of you approach?
I say we rendezvous around the potato chip.
So yeah, so you walk like, so Einar, you walk like maybe 10 meters, 20 meters.
Holy crap! I start like jogging.
Yeah, you jog. So as you are jogging, you almost trip over something.
Ah,
And I want you to roll coordination, whether or not you do trip.
Steady feet!
Steady feet.
Yeah. See, it is a good talent. So I get an extra die. Is it just a?
It is a difficulty 2.
Perfect. And I just roll 2 dice and I succeed once. Haha! I rolled a 7 and a 7.
Oh, a 7 and a 7.
done.
You succeed. Unless you don't.
Critical success.
What was your coordination again?
It is 4.
Oh yeah, I can look at it myself.
Yeah.
I forgot for a moment.
He's damn good at coordination.
You're as you breathe heavily when you're running. You almost trip over something, and you kind of look and you see
What
it's
in
a
the
nail,
blazes?
like a pretty fucking big nail in the ground, and like there's just a tiny bit of the corner of the nail just popping up.
Einar, are you seeing this?
You are like a really long distance away from me. I'm not seeing shit.
Fine. I'll tell you about it as I keep jogging.
Lol.
Do we rendezvous at?
Yeah, you rendezvous at the at the giant potato chip rock.
So basically, I stand still while he runs to me.
Yeah, you kind of walk to it and you see him run and almost fall, but continue running. He stopped like for a moment to point at something, but you didn't see what it was.
Now, where do you think we are?
One moment, please.
Yes, take all the time that you need.
He takes like 2 minutes to catch his breath.
It's only 100 meters, dude.
200,
Have to run it.
Yeah.
100 to
I mean,
200
you're
meters.
Jogging. I mean, jogging 200 meters is nothing. You're in good shape, dude. Just look at your health.
You do also feel a little bit woozy because you just woke up. It's kind of like you just woke up and you're feeling really groggy, so everything's kind of shit.
Bah, excuses. Just gonna try to use this to say that this is why he lost.
Can we please focus on this as I gesture my hands to the gigantic potato chip?
Like I said, it is obviously some sort of strange rock.
Fine, just smell it then.
Do you smell it? Because if you do, I'm going to tell you, it smells like a salted potato chip.
See?
I mean, it is obviously some sort of salt rock.
Fine.
See, I like knock on it.
I'm going to attempt. Oh, go ahead.
So you're knocking on it. I just want you to roll brown for me, a difficulty 1, a difficulty 2, and I want to see. Yeah, because you might.
I'm not knocking. I'm like knocking on a door. How is there a test?
You want to see if you do it strongly enough.
I just want to see if you like are hitting it specific hard.
I'm not Hercules.
Oh, no,
I can control my strength.
He wants
I
to
know.
see if you roll a 9 or a 10.
Like you're knocking. I just want to see. I just want to see what happens.
3.
3. So
that's a failure.
yeah. So you knock on it, and you hear like the you know the kind of crusty sound you hear when you like take a potato chip and you like crush it. Like it's kind of like that sound, but like a lot duller because you're not actually like breaking anything. It's like knocking on a potato chip. It's like. Wait, I have a potato chip here. I can simulate this.
Oh man, this is some theater of the mind nonsense.
That's the sound.
Nice. So, with that, I'm going to attempt to break a piece of it off.
Alright. You do not need to actually roll to break it because it will break. With like
Fair
if you punch it hard enough, it will break.
I will then attempt to
Since
show
you're-
him.
Yeah, since you're actually just punching it, it will break. It was just because he was knocking, it might have broken it.
Right. So I break the potato chip, and
Yeah.
I'm going to taste it.
You see him punch effortlessly through the rock and take a piece of it into his hand. Enough.
Maybe not a rock then. What are you doing? Why would you eat this?
It is.
See? It's just to prove a point.
It is a potato chip, indeed, just a very big one.
I told you. Look, there is something supremely weird going on here.
I mean, I agree. We have never fainted in the bar before.
No, and we saw.
Then obviously been kidnapped. Somebody
Yeah.
made a huge potato chip.
Yeah, but why would someone kidnap us and leave us a huge potato chip? Oh, of course. What am I thinking of? There was a gigantic nail sticking out of the ground. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we
Bigger-
were
bigger
at
than my
Breithel.
foot.
People are weird there.
I know, but this is extra weird. This is
Even for them.
even for them. This goes too far. So, who would kidnap us and leave us gigantic potato chips?
I do not know.
With
I
this,
have not met any enemies at work. Most people like me.
I hope so.
Most people.
Most.
I mean, I know about Christian, but come on, he wouldn't do this.
Nah, Christian is a wuss.
He doesn't have the stomach to make gigantic potato chips.
Exactly. He's
They-
probably allergic to it, as he is to everything.
They kind of debate. It
What
continues on for a while, kind of ignoring their predicament for a while.
It is a strange predicament indeed.
Yes, it is. Until again, Stedman, you do remember the nail you almost tripped over.
Yeah, let's go look at that. I've had enough of this potato chip. I need something to drink.
It was very filling, but yes, you are very thirsty.
Let's go.
Heck yeah, yes.
God damn it. So,
Thirsty for victory! Yeah, I follow him.
alright, so we walk back where I found that blasted nail.
So when you find the nail, you see that the nail is like pretty big. It's like a.
Is
It's
it
way
than
bigger
my
than a
foot?
man. Like it's it would probably be like 5 to 7 meters across, and there's
What
like
the actual
there's
hell?
a tiny like jut where you almost tripped over, like because the nail's kind of nailed down very shittily. So
Where
it's
is
like,
this
there's
nail that you speak of?
It's right here. Look, as I point
This
to
is
the
not a
ground.
nail, this is an iron plate, Styrmir. A nail is very small.
Yes, I know, but if the big potato chip did not tip you off, then surely this will do it.
I mean, what evidence is there that it goes into the ground below us? It is simply an iron plate that is stuck in place as I kick it. Ow!
it hurts a lot. It does not budge at all.
So
See?
can I lie down on the ground?
It really
to-
hurts though.
Can I lie down on the ground and look under it?
Yeah, you can. Where it's jutting up, you can look under it.
What?
See?
Yeah, there's a tiny bit where it's jutting up. Not a lot.
See?
All right. I agree with you now, but if this is a nail, it is a very shitty job.
Yeah.
Who
Besides,
does not nail a nail all the way down?
where's the guy from Guinness World Records when you need them? Like, world records are being broken here.
Yeah. This is a very big nail.
As you continue to talk about the nail, you hear someone in the far distance call, Hey, are you also patrons here?
What?
Were you also at the bar? From far away, you see a man waving.
I see someone waving.
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
All right, wait there. I will come to you guys.
All
says,
right, we will wait here.
So,
You-
for reference, again for anyone watching, when we are speaking in the awful Icelandic accents, we are supposed to be speaking Icelandic.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a wild guess that anyone speaking, any NPC speaking that way is also speaking
Yeah,
Icelandic.
yeah.
Right.
So you see the man, like, he was pretty far away, probably further away from you guys than, like, you were between you. The distance between you guys. And it
I'm
doesn't... And,
While he's running, I'm going to look up. What do I see?
So you look up... Do you want to look up where the giant iron poles are in the far distance?
Yeah, those look peculiar.
It looks eerily similar to a stool when you look up.
It is poop.
Not.
Eh.
Well, you slipped on your stool earlier, ha.
And you kind of, your jaw kind of drops to that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dermir.
I don't think the potato chip or the nail are that big.
What do you mean? They are huge.
Yeah, but this I'm getting an overwhelming sense of perspective now as I point him over. Look at the stools we were sitting on earlier.
What? I look around. I don't see any stools.
You see it immediately when he points at it. He's pointing upwards, and you kind of look up and you see something that really reminds you of the stool you were sitting on earlier, and you see the
By great Odin's beard, what the hell happened?
And the bar counter is even higher up, and both of you are kind of just jaw dropped to this, as the man kind of wheezily comes up behind you and goes, "Do you know where we are? I've been looking I've not seen anyone since I woke up here.
Now,
I just remember falling asleep."
I hold up my hand in a calming gesture and say, "Now, not to alarm you, but we are beginning to suspect that we are still in Mosbar, but we are not the same size we were earlier either. The bar has
Look
gotten
at the stool!
Either the bar has gotten significantly larger, or we have gotten way, way smaller."
What is your name, friend?
So you pointed towards the stool, and he looks towards it, and you literally see his jaw just drop down, and
Oh God!
you kind of you swear like if
I pick it off the ground for him.
you swear that if it could go further, it would. And he kind of like looks kind of stupefied as he just looks forward and says,
Speaking of
I
which,
am,
what does this man look like?
"My name is Jonas Thorsteinsson." He looks like he is a little bit younger than you guys. You've seen him around here before. He's kind of often during this time, but you've never spoken to him. But you do often see him, like, when you come there, he's out smoking, and when you go, he's again out smoking. So, which probably explains why he's this wheezy. He looks he's bald. He has a bald spot, and his hair is brown. And he's a little bit shorter than you, Stidmit, just like a centimeter or two. And he's kind of wearing some kind of shitty like biker outfit.
Right.
It's
but
it's
we've
not
never-
like it's not like
we've
the
never
cool
seen him.
biker. It's not like a cool biker outfit. It's like, you know, he's a biker, but like you can kind of only guess because he has a helmet with him.
Right. We've never actually seen his bike.
No, you've never seen his bike.
He's probably in the shop below us.
Probably.
Like it's every weekend.
Yes, he is not a very good driver.
after like a good minute or two, he kind of like snaps back and says, what do you
Now-
know what happened?
Look, we are
Hell no.
we are about as clueless as you are, but I'm sure there's someone behind this. Wait, hold on. If those are the stools, then that gigantic wall must be the bar, right?
That must be so. If everything here is so big, and we are still in Moe's Grill.
All right. If everyone went tiny like we were, or are, this is strange. Frederick is probably still behind the bar.
He probably is. I
Frederick dropped a glass when he fell down.
Oh
But I
no!
hope he has not drowned in the liquid.
Quick! We
To
should-
his rescue!
All right, and you all start kind of running, and this distance that used to be like just a few steps, because it's just around the corner of the bar that you would go. You were sitting pretty close to the end of the bar, and there's the like flop you use to open up the bar, which is down, but that doesn't really bother you when you're this small.
No, we just called it.
Or
But
the bar is this big. We
Yeah.
don't know.
The distance has significantly changed. You feel like after jogging for like a good you jog for like run for like a good while until you start jogging, because it's just that far. And in about half an hour, you manage to reach kind of the corner of the bar itself, and you kind of put your hand against it to just kind of catch your breath as you kind of still kind of stumble forward. I want you guys to roll stamina for me. I'm gonna give this guy a random stat.
There is an issue with that. Is it just a single die?
It is a health stat.
Then I automatically fail.
You do, unless you want to use your luck.
I will use one luck die to,
Yes.
I fail.
So he
to
uses
get attempt at rolling.
he can use his luck to give himself a die on rolls.
Yes.
Uh,
If you automatically have no dice when you're asked to roll, be that from a status effect or something else, then you automatically fail. However, you can use one of your luck points to attempt it. And here comes the roll. I rolled a 6. Actually, that is exactly what I needed, because I have 3 in health. I fail. So
Oh.
I missed it by 1. I'm going to...
So the reason why he has when it comes to stamina check, he has one less die than than everyone else, and that's because he used to be a smoker. Like he smoked for a very long time, basically.
Smoking is not cool, kids.
Yeah, don't smoke, kids. It's bad for you. While Styrmir is busy catching his breath again, I need to go to the bathroom, so be right
You
back.
do that. While you do that, I'm gonna quickly roll for his for your new buddy's stats.
Buddy is a strong word.
Well, he has okay stats, really. I say as I kind of lull. 4, 2, 4,
Damn, he has real good stats.
5.
Real good stats.
He had a 4, 2, 4, 5, 3, 3.
Jesus Christ.
And he's going to roll his health, just like you guys. Actually, he will automatically fail this, because
He's a smoker.
he is a heavy smoker. which is the same as Stidmid, which is basically this here. I'm gonna do this. It is back online. It dropped down for some reason, and I have no idea why. However, they just jumped real quick on the toilet. So in case you missed anything, they rolled. They were rolling stamina checks on for like running for a while, and all of them failed. All of them failed, and even their new friend Jonas failed, who has -2 dies on his on any stamina-based skill because he is a heavy smoker. Actually, I'm going to, because he is worried about Frederick, the bar patron. So I was just saying, because he is worried because Jonas is worried about Frederick. He's going to spend 2 of his luck points to actually be able to roll a health check.
Yeah.
Because he needs to spend 2 to be able to roll. Oh, and he rolls a 9. So, he has a +4 on his health. And,
it's a healthy boy.
yeah. So, for you guys, because both of you failed, you guys will be winded.
That means we go faster, right?
Yeah, totally. So you can roll like in health concerns just as a temporary measure that you're winded.
Wow.
And that will just be a -1 on physical. So it's just a -1 on physical skills. That's the only thing it will happen. That's the only thing that will do. -1 to physical skill rolls.
Time to get physical. I walk the rest of the way.
So you will need, basically, if you want to get rid of this, you just need to rest properly.
How far have we been going?
It's a long distance. You're kind of realizing how small you are as you are, or big the bar is now that you started running. And so you, Jonas will, because Jonas is feeling fine, he will say, "I'll jog ahead. You guys catch up when you can. I will check on Frederick." And he kind of...
Oh, Jonas, go!
He jogs ahead of you guys, and he you can see him for quite a while. Like, as you're walking, like, it takes him a good 10 minutes to, like, at least reach the end of this, like, side of the bar. And he finally disappears from you.
Alright. We just keep walking.
Alright, I have returned. What did I miss?
So, I will let...
Jonas is a demigod.
That's right.
Not an actual demigod, he just has ridiculously good stats.
Fair enough.
So, I rolled his stats, and I got a 4, 2, 4, 5, 3, 3.
Holy crap.
But he is a heavy smoker, so it gets a -2 on all stamina. -2 dies on stamina checks.
Oh, snap.
By the way,
Worse than I.
both you and Stidmit have a temporary health concern called Winded, which is just a
Exactly.
-1
So,
on physical
him and
skills.
Stidmit.
Yes.
Winded.
Yeah, you get a -1 on physical skills. So it's not a -1 die, it's just -1.
Yes.
Physical.
Remember, you and Styrmir.
Yes. Of course. I too am winded from running to the back.
Yes.
God damn it, why are the two of you not figuring this out?
We also noticed that for some reason the stream dropped out for like a second.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's good that you guys are watching the stream because you caught it like immediately.
Yeah.
Our reflexes are so fast, we caught it.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So
Nothing goes over our heads.
Except most of the world.
If anyone in chat if you guys missed anything special, just let us know. We will fill you guys in.
Oh yeah, Ledge, thanks for linking the sheets.
Yeah. Thanks for linking the sheet in the chat.
What a man!
What a man!
Man.
Man, oh man. So, like I said to Einar, it took your new friend Jonas about 10 minutes to jog towards the edge as you were walking. He was jogging the entire time. You figure that your 10 minutes of walking has not been a lot compared to that. He was taking significant
Every stride is an effort.
Yeah. You can continue jogging. It's just gonna be really it's not gonna be great for you guys. It will just give you a -1 on your next stamina check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good.
So,
Right.
do we reach the other side?
Yes, you do reach the other side eventually. It takes you again like half an hour to about half an hour, 40 minutes to reach the other end. Because you're walking this time around, wheezing and walking. And you see kind of in the distance the form of Jonas, who is he's very far away by now. And he's still jogging towards where you think that Friðrik might be. And you continue along the you continue inside the bar, and you see, and like as you travel, you start to see like shards of glass, like not too far away from you. And you see that like the glass that fell down, it has spread quite far for you guys. So if everything got really big and you guys are now small inside this bar, the glass is just now would be the broken glass is probably like a kilometer or two, like
Holy crap.
that's how much like area it's covering.
Do we see any splinters in the floorboard?
Yes, you do. You do see splinters in the floorboard from time to time. And
Alright,
you
I
also
want to put on my tennis gloves.
Yeah.
And take 2 splinters out of the floor.
All right.
I will do the same.
Okay.
What? No, I was gonna give you one of them, and we're gonna use them as walking cane.
No, I meant putting on tennis gloves.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Splinters.
Which we thankfully kept in our pockets.
Yes.
Yes. So.
Reach into our ass pocket.
I just added to your inventory splinters as a walking stick, just to know that you have it.
Mm-hmm.
So
it may help you if you try to beat someone with it. However, you do the things you start to notice specifically when you're this small is that like you see the stains on the floor. They are like the ones that look like they're small. They're pretty huge now, and you see like at one point you see like underneath the counter, like you see some bubble gum that's been stuck underneath the counter. And you can't even imagine how big that is compared to you now. But it looks really big from where you are.
I do not want to alarm you, but if a gum is as big as that and a potato chip that you ate was on the floor this entire time, and it was longer than the 5-second rule allows.
Don't worry. I ate the part which didn't touch the floor, you see. And I
All
tap
right.
my forehead.
But about that alarming thing, if a gum is as big as that, we hope that Frederick cleaned the bar well and there are no insects in the house.
We'll keep our eyes open, and I knock on the floor.
7, 9, 13.
So there are some like shards of glass that catch your attention specifically, and those are the shards of glass that are like they are so small, like that normally you would hardly see them, but like because you are so small, they basically just look like jagged rocks that like if you'd walk and like if you'd fall on them, you would definitely hurt yourself. Like it would prick you maybe if you'd like poke it when you're normal sized, but this could kill you.
So, is there also...
These are like huge spikes made of glass.
Is there also water on the floor?
Yes, there is water like all over the floor. Why is this bubbly? What the fuck?
I heard it.
I haven't touched it at all today, and it's just bubbly.
Maybe someone shook it.
And left it behind.
Dicks.
Maybe it was ghosts.
Maybe it was you guys.
Yes, of course.
I would never.
Yes, you fucking would.
I would travel through space and time just to mess with your soda.
Welcome to the stream pocket.
Welcome to the stream pocket. So
Yeah.
So you also note that the water that's on the ground, like it's so spread that like it is like if you'd walk into the puddle, it would probably at least reach you around waist.
Goodness me. We have
But
to steer clear of those.
But Stidmid, you are feeling very, very parched right now.
This is floor
Remember-
water, Styrmir.
I know. This
Do not drink it.
the potato chip was one thing, but I'm just...
This is probably soap water. Do not.
It's seltzer water. It's my drink. I paid for good money for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is his drink.
But find it in the glass of in the glass shards.
I'd rather not. That sounds very dangerous.
No,
like
in the big chunks.
you do see in the water, they're like the smallest of the glass shards are like kind of floating in the water, and this is kind of like a land like on the if you're not walking along the bar itself, it's kind of like walking in a minefield of glass. It's really hard. There's like 1-in-1 glass shard that reaches the counter, but you can easily maneuver from that, and there's a little bit of water that you can like pass. But like where it's the thickest, it's kind of like
Would we
walking.
not be up against the counter?
No, I'm guessing you guys would be up against the counter.
Yeah.
I'm just
Take
telling.
the shortest path available to us.
Yeah, I'm just describing the area around you.
We are way too tired to walk away from the counter.
And but you would think that it would be really dangerous to like actually swim in that water because of all the like glass there. You could because it's really hard to see it. You can like see from time to time like glinting into the shard, like the shards.
It's almost like those two things are see-through.
Yeah.
Oh, almost like they are see-through.
Yes.
So, I would like to look around to see if we can spot Frederick the bartender anywhere.
That you can do. Because you are trying to spot him in this difficult area, I want you to roll a difficulty 3 coordination check.
Oh boy. So, I will put 2 skill points into awareness. Just as a general... Yeah, I'll use that as a skill name.
Let's say because because the skills are a little bit more specific in this. Let's say it's spotting.
Because I will name my skill Eye Power.
Yeah, see, we can actually just name the skills whatever, and we have to ask you if they are fitting for the situation.
Yeah.
Now imagine in the future when I ask you, now can I use my eye power to spot that thing?
Yeah.
But basically, you might be able to see better than you hear. Basically, that's all I'm saying.
I will put 2 skill ranks into eye power.
Indeed. I will then roll awareness against coordination.
I rolled a natural 10. Actually, what difficulty?
It is a difficulty of 3. How many points did you put into it, my dude Einar?
I put 2. So I have 2 in coordination and 2 in eye power. So I need a 6. And I roll a 10 and a 6. Bam! I succeed both. I am God.
So you have 2 in eye power, and Styrmir, you have 2 as well?
2 in awareness, yes. Which...
Beware my power.
I wrote in brackets behind it just for me, eyes.
Fair enough. So, in that case...
How would that not be eyes? It's eye power. Why would you need those brackets?
I meant the awareness one.
Ah, okay.
You idiot.
So, phew. I roll a 10, which automatically succeeds.
Yes.
And then I roll a 4, which is barely enough, because I have 4 in coordination and 2 in awareness.
Oh, yes, so you just barely make it.
Damn, you're really good at coordination.
So,
I am.
You also made it, Einar, didn't you?
Yeah, made both.
So
10 and a 6.
So both of you see far in the distance, Jonas missed it. He ran past. He's probably trying to see if he can find it, but you can see that the frame of Frederick kind of floating in between the glass shards and like the huge glass shards and the small ones in the puddle of water. He is, however,
is his head down?
No, his head is up actually, so he might still be alive.
All right.
Thor's ballsack. He might still be alive.
Jonas, you idiot! You went past him.
Get back here, you fool!
I'm just gonna roll I'm gonna roll a plain die whether or not he's gonna hear you. Oh, he rolled a 10. He hears you. He stops and looks back. God damn it! I'm on my way! And he runs. He sprints this time around, he will be winded. But you can't tell whether or not he is alive. However, Frederick is basically kind of floating in the water, and he's that far away that you can't really tell. And there's so much glass around, you couldn't tell if he's been hit by one. Especially since
continue walking.
You will realize that you can walk through. It's gonna get really hard walking through the glass once you start moving towards him.
I mean, it's not gonna be easier to run through it.
No, but you manage to walk through with kind of the easiest portion of it without any real problems. And at one point, Jonas. Lol, the stream stopped working after you yelled you were on your way. Okay, he's talking about she was talking about when the stream dropped out.
Right.
Ripperoni.
The stream is still on, right? Yeah, it's still on.
It is now.
Yeah.
I was checking my character sheet, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, I was looking at something else.
So, but yes, after like a good while of walking, Jonas will arrive next to you, and he is... I know it is after I yelled Pocket, but yeah, he is he's pretty tired when he arrives to you guys. He sprinted, but he had to like kind of awkwardly maneuver through these broken glass shards, and finally he finally arrives with you guys, and You can hear him just kind of wheezing, going to. All right, where is he? And he is going to roll a coordination check of difficulty 3.
Jonas, you look tired. Grab yourself a splinter.
He failed one, but succeeded the other, and he.
He is right over there, and I point.
Since you're pointing at him, he will only need 1, which means he succeeds.
Heck yeah.
And he sees him and goes, "Oh, damn it! Well, there are so many things here that are in the way. It's hard to see." And
Of course there are.
and he and you continue kind of as a group, but there's a point when you reach kind of where the puddle starts, where you're the closest to him, and you realize you will have to kind of walk through the water to reach him. The soda water, that is.
How far into the soda water?
He would be about 20 meters in.
What? How many?
20 meters.
20 meters. Jesus Christ.
Well, it's a good thing there's no current in this water.
No, it.
Hang on. What shape is the glass that's holding this water?
There's no glass. It's not in a glass. It's just on the floor.
It's just a drop on the floor?
No, it's like a large, like when you spill something on the floor.
It's a puddle.
Okay.
And
you said it goes waist deep.
Yes.
well, nothing to it, but to do it. So let's wade in.
You can attempt to you navigate through the through the glass, but that would be like it would not be it would be an awareness check for you guys, at least a spotting check, but it's extremely difficult because you're trying to see something that's transparent in liquid. I would say that if you're trying to see that, it would at least be a difficulty of 5.
Oof.
Because you're looking through water.
Yeah, well, let's just start rolling and see what happens. So,
Dermer, since you are going in, I will stay out.
Jonas is not going to go in if you're going in.
yeah,
Because
I attempt to go in, but I roll a 1 and automatically fail. I'm actually going to use one of my luck points.
Actually, you don't automatically fail. There's no critical fail or critical success in this.
I see. Well, if you roll a 10, you kind of can't fail.
Yeah, I mean, yes. 10 is always going to be a success. It just isn't a
Yeah.
critical success.
Fair enough. So, let's see. Yes, I will use one of my luck points, so I'm now down to 3 to reroll one of these. Roll a 9. All right. So 2 down. I need to succeed on 4, right?
Yes.
All right. So
If you fail on like 1, like it's okay to fail like a 1 or 2 or stuff like that. Then nothing like extremely bad happens. You might just cut yourself a little bit or something like that.
oh, sweet, double 9s.
Ah, sweet.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So I make all 4. Yeah.
Basically, like the more you fail on the harder checks, it kind of just adds to like the bad things that happen.
Yes, but
But you succeed all of them, and you
succeed
manage somehow to waddle through the water, and you notice that you start seeing the kind of glass shards kind of floating in the water, and like the ones that are kind of sticking in the water, the heavier ones, and you manage to just kind of quite skillfully actually waddle through them. And
I feel like the system is living up to its name.
yeah.
I'm
And- waddle through.
I'm waddling through water.
Yeah. By the way, you guys do not have your tennis rackets. By the way, you do not have your tennis
No.
rackets. I will
Well,
take them from your inventory.
All is lost. I cut my throat.
God.
You, everything-
I just jump at the nearest glass shard and die.
But yes, you managed to reach where Frederick is lying, and you do see that.
floating, thank you.
Yes, you do see where he is floating, and it is sadly enough, you do see that he probably landed on a glass shard like quite a while ago, and whether or not he died because of a glass shard or whether or not he died just because like of the fall itself, you're unsure, but he is sadly deceased. He was an older gentleman. He was like at least 50 something.
Well, before his time. I'm sorry there's little I can do for you, my friend. But I will try to find out what is going on behind all of this strangeness. And I'll see to that.
Styrmir, is
your family
he
does.
okay?
No, he's gone. There's nothing we can do for him.
God damn it to hell.
Do you want to
and
pull him out of the water?
I'm going to pull him with me to the edge of the puddle.
Okay. You managed to pull him all the way. You remember what path you took, and the water isn't moving, so it's not hard to kind of waddle back if you just remember the way you took. You feel very sticky, however. It feels like this is a little bit thicker than water. Not a lot. And you feel a little bit sticky afterwards.
I didn't ask for a lemon in my water.
Oh, is it just normal water? I thought you might ask for soda water.
Seltzer water is soda water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, seltzer water is the name for soda.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, at least it's not a comfortable feeling.
He must have. Oh, Frederick, you died doing something nice for me.
He saw that you were having a shitty day, and he was gonna make you a good drink for it.
Yeah, probably squeeze some lemon into this. Oh, if only the irony of your good deed could be known to you.
Oh, if only.
Made you a nice drink, died because of it.
No good deed unpunished.
Mm-hmm.
So I reach the edge of the puddle and I.
How did he die? Lemon water.
As I leave the puddle, my lower half completely soaked. He's gone, but
you see that the color
anywhere.
You see that the color in his face is gone. He's been dead for like a while. But one thing I'm gonna add, if you guys specifically want to describe a scene you're in, you can also do that.
Yeah.
True.
Like,
Nice.
because you guys do have a lot of like creative. Like I will not stop you if you want to like describe a scene for your describe the scene.
We'll definitely use that later.
We will abuse this power.
I mean, this is a story.
So I enter the tank. No.
It's a storytelling system, so you know.
Fair enough.
As long as it like doesn't go into like absurds, it's fine. Like I will probably give like a general sense of the area, and then you can add to it.
I sit down on the floor, contemplating the absurdity of our situation.
Yeah, it's not great. You kind of sit on the wet floor in your wet pants, and with the body of the older, like of Frederick the barkeeper next to you. Are you gonna sit in the like glass field? I mean, you're pretty safe where you would be sitting now, though.
Yeah, just sitting as far away as I can.
Yeah. So, are you? Jonas will sit down with you. He's very tired, and he kind of needs to sit down. And you can also see that he's a bit distraught. He probably hasn't seen anyone dead, like at least not like this. And he's a little bit distraught. He's like. And what do you want to do, Einar, as they kind of sit down and contemplate?
I want to find a glass shard that is not sharp and pointy. Push it with my stick and sit on it.
So yeah, you can find one that you could probably sit on, and you would not cut yourself.
Yeah, do that. Sit down. There's a. What the actual fuck is happening?
I don't know. But if Jonas was speaking the truth earlier, then this might have happened to everyone else. But we don't even know if this is just inside of here.
I would like to try to remember how many patrons were with us.
Oh, roll for brains.
Okay.
Because you weren't actually like counting or anything like that. You weren't.
I
keeping track.
have 1 in brain.
Huh.
Let me see another 9. That's a 3. I fail.
You don't remember. You think it was maybe you three, Frederick, and maybe like 2 other people.
I don't know. Weren't we like 10 in the bar?
You don't remember.
No, I know. I'm just guessing.
All right. Well, we haven't seen or heard from anyone since this happened. So
It's like, I mean, there was like you, me, and Jonas.
It's just a long quiet as he thinks.
yeah, nice going there, Sherlock.
Shut up! I beat you at everything.
Don't rub it in. I and you are not having the best of days.
Yes, I am aware.
Well, I look around again, trying to see if there's any way for us to reach higher ground.
As you look around, as strange as it is, you're probably standing up to do this, right?
I do stand up.
Yeah,
to,
you stand up, look around. As strange as it is to kind of say it, when you're like kind of looking around, trying to see if you can see a way up, this place looks really like this glass shard, like water pool area. Like if you didn't know that it was just a puddle and some soda water puddle with some lemon in it and just a broken glass, you would think that this would be a very like beautiful phenomena. But and you kind of look towards the bar itself, and you think that there's no obvious way to climb up there, but you could probably find a way, like between the shelves and like some of the bottles and stuff. You might have to do some climbing.
Is there a phone?
But it's really, really far.
Is there any electronic devices on? Do I remember any electronic devices on top of the bar counter?
Do I have my? I mean, we just have our phones in our pockets. Maybe. Does my phone work?
You take up your phone, and it actually it's shrunk with you, and you look at it, and it looks destroyed. It looks like it was crushed by something, and then just it doesn't seem to work.
Rats.
The same appears with Jonas's phone and your phone.
Mine is completely soaked.
Yours is also soaked. But yeah, you also see, like, because this is a bar, like this is kind of the counter, and he does have like a grill and stuff. You can see like above that there's like a ordering computer, like where you put in orders for the people, like in the bar, in the grill back.
Right.
They've made some improvements.
I will attempt to find the power cord to see if I can use it. Climb up.
All right. You would so you would know that the power cord will either be up above, somewhere behind it, or might be along the floor somewhere somewhere behind the in the shelf area, somewhere like in the behind. And but there's quite a bit of distance to go there, and you would either need to walk past the entire glass, the spike glass puddle, or you would have to kind of waddle through it again. Now you could get through like most of the puddle, like half of it, at least, because you remember like half of the path, and you could easily navigate them through it, but you don't know the other like all the way. So you would have to like kind of guess after you go a certain way.
Couldn't we just go back to the counter and just keep going?
You could also do that, and
Yes.
find another way to go. It's like you can't even tell how like anything that's further than freaking than like maybe like a 2-3 kilometers. It's very far.
Let's see if we can get to some higher ground to get a better view. I'm not liking this smallness.
So you
Yes.
you kind of walk back towards the counter, and you avoid the obvious obstacles. You never go through like anything that's too thick. And again, when you kind of look back, kind of in sadness because you're remembering Friedrich. You know him. You've met him every Saturday. You see what would be the kind of beautiful the beautiful glass soda water field. And like I said, if it would be a natural occurring phenomena, it would be really beautiful. But kind of thinking what it is, it's a weird thought.
It reminds me of glacial lakes up near Snæfellsnes.
Kind of. And you continue walking, and you walk for like a good 2 hours maybe before you actually reach between 2 and 3 hours before you actually reach like the other end of where like the counter ends, where it hits the wall.
Did we find anything along the way that we can use to climb up onto the table?
Nothing that would take you high enough if you're just walking along the counter itself. There are like the counter. It's kind of like those old counters that are like just fucking wooden slabs, and you can go a little bit under, and that's what you've been doing. It goes like a half of the counter underneath the table, and there's like no shelves in like floor height, but you do see some like cleaning like bottles and stuff like that there, which you kind of just skirt around because you can see the kind of cleaning fluid, and it just looks toxic when you're this small to it. Like the blue fucking window cleaner fluid, so like that forms a little bit of a that has formed a stain around the cleaning bottle down there. He's often using it because there's like a glass on top of the counter. And you don't find anything that's obvious. However, once you start reaching the other end, you see that there is you could possibly climb up here because there is one of the shelves that goes up has fallen down next to the wall, and it's pretty steep, but you could walk up it. If it would be a little bit it would be kind of hard, and it would be like walking up a small mountain. It would maybe take you like might take you like an hour to reach all the way up.
Well,
Goodness me.
There's also, you don't see any grips, so there's nothing to hold on to when you do it.
I never thought that we would get more exercise in here than at the sports facility.
Let us climb the Grill Mountain.
Indeed. We'll just have to make our own flag when we reach the top and conquer it.
We have already made the bowl, and I shake my splinter.
Well,
Jonas has been pretty quiet since he saw Frederick. You sense that he was not ready to see something like that, and he's unsure how to deal with it.
Yeah. Just
But
give him.
yeah,
Don't bother him.
yeah. But he does follow you and walks with you up, and
Yeah.
I want you just to make sure that you guys don't slip and fall, because there's nothing to grip. I want you to roll a coordination with a difficulty of 3, and you can use your balance to this.
sweet. Steady feet. I get an extra die. So it effectively gives me a reroll because I only have 2 dice. So
Yeah.
let's see if I make it. I need I need a 6. I roll a 2 and a 7. Let's reroll that one.
I will activate a skill.
Oh,
I will call it.
mountain climbing.
No, I thought about that, but I want it to be something like eye power.
Let's
But,
see.
you know,
I rolled a 3, which means I'm going to spend another luck point to reroll because I don't want to fail this. So
How much luck have you used?
I have used 3 so far. I am down to 2, and
Okay.
I roll another 7. Barely.
Okay, so you managed to climb up there without any actual difficulties. Let's see. I'm gonna check on our boy.
I will call the skill Lecking It. We'll put 1 into it.
He will use his last luck point to actually reroll one of these. Oh, and he got a 10 on the reroll, so he makes it.
Jesus Christ, I am a prophet, a seer. I put 1 into it. So, I need a 7. And what do I roll? A 7.
What did you call it?
Lecking It.
That's a good skill to have.
Hell yeah.
I will call it climb in a bracket behind it. Because I'm also updating your character sheets with me.
Yeah.
So it is hard, even with your successes. It is difficult to go up there, and you get really tired. This is it's like walking up a straight hill that's like a little bit too steep to be comfortable to walk up for just way too long. There's nothing really to see at the point.
Yeah, it's like running on a very steep treadmill.
Yeah, and when you finally reach where up, you reach there's like a, when you have shelves and there are the shelf walls. There's like a shelf wall there, but you do see that it has a hole in it at that's like a little bit above, around your where your head is, and it's enough for a person to go through. So you could climb through that to get to the other side of that.
Aha. I will.
Otherwise, you would have had to scoot around the thing, and that would have been a lot more dangerous.
I will put my hands into a grip to allow the other 2 to be lifted up.
That will lower the difficulty by 1, which will make this a automatic success for everyone.
Aha.
Except for you, because if somebody tries to help you up, then you automatically succeed.
yeah, both of us will help him up.
So everyone automatically succeeds on going up.
Nice.
And you just continue on.
Hip
Teamwork actually helps here.
makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Aha.
And you continue. This time, when you're actually in the shelf there, because the other one didn't have anything, obviously emptied by Frederick at some point because it collapsed. You can see all sorts of kind of items. He seems to have a bowl of peanuts, like a few bowls of peanuts together there that he can just put on the table ready when he needs to switch out. And you can see the peanut bag itself. You also see some basically empty bottles or something that he hasn't thrown away or something like that. And some of them and some of them have still have liquids in them. They're like bottles and kind of there's all sorts of stuff down there, like bottle openers and things like that. This is just
hasn't this man heard of recycling? It's 2019.
This is probably from this day. Some of those bottles, though.
Hey, you said you were thirsty. Here you go.
How are we supposed to get at the liquid in these?
You climb into the bottle, of course.
Is one on the side?
One is on the side. You think it may have fallen when Frederick was collapsing, when everyone was falling asleep. He did try to grab the bar and shook it a little bit.
What does the label on the bottle say?
It is a beer bottle. It is let's say it is Einar the beer.
Come on, let at least let it be like an actual beer brand. I don't know, like Kaldi. That's
Kaldi.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember. Wait, isn't there a beer called Einar? What is it called?
Is there? I
think there is.
On Icelandic craft beers.
Yeah, you see a beer called Kaldi. It's
Perfect.
There's not a lot. Like, if you'd be big, there would be almost a little bit more than a bottle, bottom full. But since you're small, it's a lot.
Even knowing that alcohol makes you pee more, I will still drink this just to have something to quench my thirst.
It certainly quenches your thirst. Everyone's probably thirsty at this time, so they will also drink from this bottle. You kind of have to help each other to get into the bottle, up to the bottle, and you don't have anything proper to kind of scoop it unless you take, because you
use my hands.
Yeah, you use your hands to kind of drink out of the beer lake.
Beer lake. I as it echoes in deep inside. Hold on. Perfect thing. Hey, Einar. This must be how genies feel.
You see a small
Make
smile.
a wish.
You see a small smile kind of appear on Jonas's face because it's a little bit lifts up his spirits a little bit. You also.
I wish I would blow up. I mean, get real big.
Nothing happens. You would have to go in one at you would have to go in one at a time because you kind of have to lift each other that high.
Yeah.
But
last.
you could take with you a because you've seen how big the peanut shells are. So the peanut shells are pretty big compared to you. You would hold one like you would be holding a big a laundromat basket.
Yeah.
That's how big it is. And you could put one into the bottle and actually kind of lower it to the guys. If you want to take some of it out of the bottle and just kind of.
That sounds like an awful lot of work.
I mean,
Yes.
you still need to go one at a time, otherwise up.
That's less cumbersome. We have to get into the peanut bowl, and then we have to crack. And then we have to break. Then we have to break open one of the peanuts. Which have you tried doing that when you're actual size? It's a pain.
There's something so funny about listening to you saying we need to get into the peanut bowl.
We need a crowbar, which happens to be way too big for us. So no. Thinking through that plan, it is quickly struck down, and we help each other into the.
It is a lost
beer.
cause.
Yes, we help each other into the beer lake.
Yeah. So you kind of take turns going in. You would also know that there's one shelf above you, and then you can reach the counter, but the shelf above you is not nearly as big. You also know that somewhere in this shelf, there's probably a tiny cooler that is indented into, so you could probably go there and find a way up onto the next shelf somewhere there, because it takes up space on both of the shelves. And this takes you maybe around 10-15 minutes getting yourself something to drink and stuff like that. the thing that you find most uncomfortable about being in here, as much as you kind of like, as much as this, like you've seen the kind of interesting glass lake and you've glass puddle, and the beer lake, there's always light in here, except where you guys are now. So you have no sense of time right now. You don't know what time of day it is right now.
You know, outside of the real weirdness about this whole situation, not being able to tell time is not helping.
Yeah.
So we carry on towards this magical cooler.
So you walk for like a pretty long time. Again, you walk for like maybe an hour and a half until you reach the cooler. And it's then when you notice that the cooler is not on.
Oh,
Okay.
at least we won't freeze to death.
You also notice that it is closed, and you would have a very difficult time opening this if you even could. You would at least need the power of at least the three of you to maybe have a chance at opening it.
Magnets.
We don't have to open it. We just climb it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it would be easier if you could open it and climb because there are shelves in the thing.
What about the elements at the back, which
You could.
back and forth?
It would be easier to climb the elements in the back. Yes.
Perfect.
Let's do that. You are a genius.
It is.
Follow me.
It is
I'll
hard.
lead the way.
Like the gap between them is pretty big, but it would still be easier than climbing anywhere else. And you do know that it would be. The climb would maybe take you. This would maybe take you about 15 minutes to get up. This is not nearly as like long as the first climb where you were walking up the mountain. It's pretty big. It's maybe like if you'd go all the way up, it would be the same thing. But this is like maybe three. Yeah, 2/3 of what you went before. And that's just directly up. So it's maybe like 15 to half an hour.
Well,
but you do know you could definitely rest in between there. Because, like, you can actually sit in some of these holes and stuff like that.
now we are almost at the top. We will conquer this Mount Countertop.
Will you, unless you say anything else, it's gonna be a brawn check to actually climb this.
Oh boy.
Because unlike the other one, which is just like kind of holding your balance and getting stuff up, because that was more flat surface. This is actually relies on your strength.
I will activate my skill of lacking it yet again.
Yes.
As climbing.
Yes, I will allow this because the skills are not stuck to a specific stat. However, remember, because you guys are not winded anymore because you took time to rest.
Perfect.
I'm saying you took time to rest when you went into the like after the water, and then also when you started drinking the beer water. There were many pee breaks in between.
I would like to use my luck die to add an extra die to my roll, meaning I am down to 1. So
Yes.
it's a difficulty 2, right?
It is a difficulty 3.
Oh boy.
Because the gap,
Right.
it's a big gap between.
I need a 6.
I need a 6 as well.
I get a 10 and a 8. I keep saying it, and it just keeps coming through.
Good job, guys.
This is not good. So I rolled a 3 and a 2, both of which are failures. However, I will use my previously used luck to reroll the quote-unquote extra die. And I rolled a 10, and I'm going to use my last luck point to reroll my other failed roll, which goes to a 6. Whew, barely.
So,
Well done.
our boy Jonas is going to roll. He rolled snake eyes.
Oh, crap.
He attempts to climb with you, and once you reach like a pretty good height, he loses his grip and he falls down. And this is like, even when you're
I would
this,
like to attempt to catch him.
yeah. But even though you're this tiny, it's pretty like tight, so he could like hurt himself pretty bad if he falls. Like not just because he fell down like quite a distance, but because he might land in a very uncomfortable way.
Seeing how Rai, how many luck points do you have left?
I have all of my luck points.
Which is,
Which is 2.
I see. Seeing how I've run out of luck, I unfortunately don't want to attempt to catch him.
I will attempt to
Oh,
catch
yeah.
him.
Brains was awareness. I forgot that.
Ah, right. Okay, that's my bad.
Also my bad. I forgot.
I would have failed that had it been brains.
Yeah, but it will be brains from now on.
Right.
So, I want you because you want to try to catch him.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that this is gonna be a like what so it's either gonna be a test of whether or not you're just quick enough to react, and
coordination.
yeah, it might be coordination, or it might be like you might be quick enough to act, but like whether or not your brain's quick enough to act.
What? How?
Let's say
how
coordination.
The hell would this be brains?
Yeah.
No.
I was thinking more brawn because I have to actually catch the man.
Yeah. Yeah, you make a fair point. You need to catch the man, but you're ahead of him though.
Even if I actually, get my hand on him, I have to actually like hold him in place.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, that would be brawn. So
Yeah.
Else he slip from my grip.
Yeah.
fast hand movement and strength. So yeah, brawn thing. I think.
Yeah. Let's say it's brawn.
All right.
So it's gonna be because he's falling, and he failed both of these pretty fucking bad.
Can I actually assist?
You may assist in this because you're kind of at a similar spot. You all were kind of at a similar spot. It's hard to have a big gap between you.
Fair enough. I dare not roll, but I will assist. So
You will assist. Assisting will give you an extra die on the roll.
Very well. That's good.
So,
And
stream. Like,
What is the difficulty?
froze for a second, but it's back.
difficulty is going to be because he failed extremely badly, and it's gonna be a difficulty 4 because he failed that badly. He's basically just angled at a very hard spot for you to grab him.
All right. First roll, 8. I make it. Second roll, 3. A failure. Third roll, 10. Make it. Fourth roll, a 3. Failure.
Crap. Do you want to unlock some of that?
I mean, I got 2 out of 3 successes. Sure, I'll do 1 luck, and that's 2. Also a failure.
Crap.
So you manage to grab him, and you are holding on. And what happens is that you grab his hand, you grab his left hand as he's falling, and you kind of lose grip on the. You don't expect the weight that you get when he's falling, and you kind of lose grip yourself. However, make a difficulty 2 roll to grab like the kind of side. And
Alright.
because you were receiving an assist, you will get 1 extra die. You're basically feeling lucky on this roll.
Okay. Would you say that this would also count as a climb?
Yes.
Alright.
I will allow that.
A 2 out of 6! Woo! I make it.
Nice.
Sweet. So you manage to grab, and when you look back, you see that your friend Stidmit has also kind of like grabbed onto you a little bit to help you. Like he's kind of pulling onto your coat as you were kind of falling, kind of slowing your fall.
Oh god, Jonas! Grab on! You're so fucking heavy.
Jonas grabs on and says, "Oh shit! Thank you so much for helping. I almost fell to my death." And he grabs, and he may have been exaggerating. You're not sure. You are pretty high up. I mean,
It is okay. I got you.
considering that you're on a small freezer, that is. And you guys continue to go up, and it takes you overall with the stop and everything about half an hour, because you kind of start to go very slowly and trying to make sure that he doesn't fall again, or you ghosts don't fall again. Yes, Pocket, we're doing a horrid Icelandic accent on purpose when we are talking Icelandic in the game.
Yes, it sounds very awful. We know it is on purpose.
But yes,
That
it takes you
is
about
the way the Icelandic talk. Yes.
So yes, it takes you about half an hour to reach the top, and you don't go all the way up to the top of the freezer because the elements don't go that far, but it is enough to get you to the shelf that you were trying to reach. But you also know for a fact that even if you would get up on top of this freezer, you would not be able to get on top of the countertop anyway. There's nothing like that leads there.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm Jonas is doing an extra bad one because I have a hard time doing a bad Icelandic accent without doing just horrid. So on this shelf you kind of see all the you see where he keeps kind of the napkins and all like the more basic stuff that you need to have on hand. There's not a shitloads of things here. He keeps the what is it called? The pussy. The pussy.
Damn it.
Do you remember what it's called?
Oh my god.
I'm honestly not sure what the English word for that is.
It is the device you use to pay with credit cards. I don't remember the word for it right now.
Yeah, all of us are blanking, methinks.
Yeah. Yeah,
I would like to tear
you see
a
that
bit
from like an distance.
napkin.
Yeah, you can do that. It's very big compared to you, but you can tear like you can easily use one napkin for like months.
Yeah, I'm gonna like
For at least a
pierce it, pierce the tear with my splinter,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna stand triumphantly towards the two of them and say, "We have our flag."
Da, 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 da.
Jonas will slightly laughs at you and goes, "That is a very shitty flag, but at least we do have one, yes."
What color is the napkin?
The napkin is going to be one of those, cheap napkins that you get, and it's like green or something like that.
Aha!
You can actually decide the color. I'm gonna allow you to decide the color.
I claim this mountain in the name of Greenlandia.
It's so green.
Yes.
You have not yet reached the top of this counter, but place your flag. You're in the
Why is the party not at the top?
because they often keep it underneath the bar when you're not like paying.
Oh, by Odin's ravens, this is.
You don't go to a lot of bars, do you?
Sure don't.
At least not. That's how they do it in Iceland. They keep them below the fucking counter. You're in the like, counters that have like a small gap between the top and the other lower shelf. You're in that space.
So, we look around to try and find
What else is there?
the last bit of the journey.
You can you see basically you can see straws.
Card reader is the only thing that comes to mind for.
Yeah. It's basically a card reader. You can see the card reader in a distance. It's pretty big. You could probably use that to help you climb most of the way. And luckily, you do see in a distance somewhere close to the card reader. There is kind of a. It's close enough to the, tap where he has the taps, and there are the tap has the kind of metallic. The metal stuff on the taps where there are holes in them, which you could kind of grab into.
Oh, you mean the grate?
Yeah, the grate. Wow, I brain farted. So you
Oh,
you
I
can
don't
see
go to
that.
bars and I know what that crap is.
Yeah, no, the grate is just a very basic thing. I'm dumb. So you see the grate somewhat close to where the card reader has been placed. You might be
Pocket
able to
has given us a response, and
Yeah.
it is called a POS.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, so
Oh, good.
that's why it's called what it is.
Yeah.
Point of sale.
But yeah,
Learn something every day.
you might be able to reach it with the help of everyone else. Like you would have to get like if you would climb on top of the POS and have someone lift you up, they could reach the grid. And
Quick.
then they would have to you would have to basically act as a kind of a rope.
Help me climb this piece of shit.
But you're not at it right.
idea.
You're not at it right now. This is just what you see.
I have a way of making a bridge for us.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So the POS is on, right?
You don't know because you're not that close to it, but you can.
Right.
You can
I
go
go on top of it.
All right.
We move to it, so
You move to it, and I'm guessing Jonas and Stidman will help you climb on top of it.
Yes. Help me up.
And you kind of struggle to grab something, but you manage to get on there without too much difficulty, and you walk on top, and you see that the POS is off.
It's off. All right.
You kind of notice at this
I
point
go
that
to the green button and I sit on it.
Okay, your weight is not enough to actually push down the button.
Jump. Or yump. No,
Right.
that's the Swedish pronunciation.
Yump. So one thing
I
you guys
jumped
do notice
on
though
it.
is that the room seems to be getting a little bit darker.
Guys, we are running out of sunlight. Or power. Or both.
I jump on the green button.
All right.
Take this.
Roll luck for me whether or not it actually presses down.
Hang on.
Oh crap, his luck is garbage. He needs to roll an 8.
I roll a
No,
6.
he used one luck point, so he needs to roll a 9.
I rolled a 6.
Oh yeah, that's right. Our luck.
So
runs
you
up.
do not manage to push the button down. But either way, you notice that there's no like electrical cord plugged into it at the moment,
It
and
might have battery.
yeah, the battery could be dead, or
On
Is
a
it-
you find it
on a work day when the bar is open? I think not.
Quick.
I mean,
let's
yeah,
find
you were
let's
sleeping.
find the
Remember
power
that.
button.
Huh?
Yeah, but have you used one of those things? They last for hours.
Yeah, but you don't know how long you were sleeping.
Is the cord there to power it?
Yes, it's kind of not that far away. Maybe like 30, 40 meters away. It looks big though. You would need like 2, 3. You would need at least 2 people to lift it. And it looks
Try
heavy.
to plug it in. I will come down and help you.
Help me, Jonas. We can move this.
So, Jonas you guys kind of jog to it, and this thing looks heavy. It's like almost the size of you, and the width, and wider than you guys are, obviously. And you kind of
I jump off the POS and help them.
yeah. So because he's helping them, because you are helping them, this is gonna be just a difficulty 2 for everyone.
All right, I have brawn of 2. No, not 2, 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
And because this is all of you are kind of helping each other on this.
Heck yeah, I got an 8.
Yeah, you got an 8.
Roll the
Yeah.
10. Sweet. Great.
All right. Only one of you needs. Only 2 of you need to kind of succeed this.
And nailed it.
Cyber
He rolls
Which-
an 8 as well. So and he has amazing skills. Actually, 8 was exactly what he needs because his brawn is the only bad stat. It's 2. But he managed to roll. You kind of, it's heavy, but you managed to move it without too much difficulty, and you kind of push it into the into the back of the POS, and you like with a lot of like, with kind of leaning your body into it, you plug it in, and you hear like a click.
Now,
Let's
now
get
try
on top.
turning it on.
So
I use the cord to, get a boost.
So, giving unless you move the cord so it takes you closer to the front, the back side of the POS is actually higher. You would have a hard time reaching up.
We'll just help you the same way.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you just go back to the front and you help him up, and there's no problem. And you go back to the you go back to the you go back to the button, and
I'm gonna see if I can reach, around the button, into the POS.
the gap between.
Yeah.
You can. It's tight, but you can.
All right. I'm gonna grab there and just gonna like pull myself down.
Okay. It is extremely uncomfortable and very restrictive. If you'd be claustrophobic, this would be horrible.
Do you mean?
But yes, you kind of pull yourself between the button, and it doesn't give.
No. I'm not pulling myself between them.
Oh, you're pulling the button
I'm
up.
pulling down so the button goes down.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Not gonna
Roll
go
brawn?
inside the-
Roll brawn then? I was like, what are you doing? Roll brawn for me, please.
Complete idiot. 7. Make it.
Nice.
So, you manage to push the button down. It's pretty hard, but you manage to do it. And you see,
Hold on to dear life until it turns on.
and you see no change really. Nothing seems to change.
Where's the on button on this thing?
That is the green button.
Yeah, it's the green button. You hold it down. But
That's
apparently,
why-
Stidmit doesn't know that, so you know.
Yeah.
Try letting it go.
That is not how this works.
I don't know how these things work.
I just like hold on to dear life until it turns on.
You wait for like a good while, but it doesn't turn on.
What the hell? I let go.
You do, however,
Ugh.
see at the top there is like some paper sticking out.
Oh, motherfucker.
So you could pull it if you wanted to.
Wait, there is paper. Oh yeah. I pull on
Was-
the paper.
Was
Yeah.
it there earlier?
Yes, it was the entire time. He just wanted to turn it on to make it easier.
I wanted to print out a paper to make a bridge.
Yeah. So you would have to like pull it out, but you can kind of just pull it and jump down, and you would manage to kind of like, it wouldn't happen fast, but you would like jump and you would kind of pull it down with you as you were going down.
Yeah, I do that.
And they kind of go to the other side and kind of help pull you down, which kind of expedites things.
And we pull as much as we can.
Yes. How much do you want to pull? Like, how much?
Enough to make a bridge to the top.
Okay. So, how are you going to get it to the top?
We're gonna position it, and then we're just gonna walk on it.
Yeah. But you're underneath the counter, right?
Yes.
Can we not, like, position it in such a way?
So,
we can. How high is it to get to the top?
maybe like you are maybe what it's maybe like 10 meters.
Okay, this is never gonna work.
Well, this was a massive waste of time.
Alright.
Shall we attempt the chord again? Oh wait, not the chord. What was the original plan?
You could go on to top of the POS, and with the help of 2 people or 1 person, you could like reach up to the grate above and grab onto that, and use that as to climb above where because you're just very close to the taps themselves.
Well,
Yeah, we use the paper to, bridge the gap between the grate. POA.
Yeah, you can use the paper to like help you a little bit to reach higher. Makes it a little bit easier to get up.
We can, if we fold it together. We
Yeah,
can lift
if you fold it
ourselves
together and stuff, you could make it like you can kind of make a very
small,
wobbly ladder. It probably wouldn't give out from underneath you guys. You're that light.
tiny. Well, we
do that.
yes, we fold the paper together and position it on top of the POS, and then we lift each and every one up to the grate.
Yeah. So when you fold it together, you make it like you would have to lift you would have to lift each other up onto the paper. But if you fold it enough, you might be able to get it high enough so that you would not need to like actually lift you over like onto shoulder height to get up. You might be able to just like kind of just lightly boost So how much do you want to fold it? Just like so you would be able to reach up to the grate itself?
I mean, just so enough in like it doesn't have to be fully folded to get up there. We just have to get it up there and have, a splinter in it.
Mm-hmm.
Stab the splinter through the paper and just hook the splinter into one of the grates.
Yeah. So you managed
a makeshift stair grappling hook.
Yeah, so you kind of make this paper staircase, which takes you most of the way up. The splinter itself, like you would have to use you would have to use a splinter on like the top one to actually like reach up.
Yeah.
If it's that big, and you can use that to kind of assist yourself to grab up to the grate itself. The grate is like a little bit too high for you to reach, but if you use the splinter a little bit and climb on it, you could reach up. Kind of use it to get a little bit.
Now heave.
You could also have someone just like lightly boost you up.
I mean, why not both?
Yeah. So you're boosted and you kind of grab the grate and you're holding. Jonas then boosts you up, Stidmit, and you manage to grab up. There's no problem there. You see that Jonas is probably gonna have a little bit harder time getting up there than you guys.
Stick number 2 to reach down to him. Hey, grab on, bud.
I mean, you could technically just put your hand down and you could grab it.
All right.
But it's just you're hanging. It's just not comfortable to hang on the grate like that. But you can help him up that way if you want.
And we did it.
So okay, I want you guys to roll or both of you doing it.
Yeah.
Roll a brawn check, and it's a difficulty 2.
Right. Here we go.
Where's my dice?
Crap! I rolled a 4.
Both of you get 2 dice on this because you are assisting each other, and you're kind of
3. No.
I rolled a 7. I make it.
So you feel no assistance from Stidmit. He's struggling to just hold himself up. Like you attempt to kind of pull up, but you feel like you're gonna fall when you pull. So you just kind of let go and you just kind of grab so you don't fall.
Okay.
But Einar, you managed to kind of pull him up enough so that he can grab.
Yeah. Styrmir, what is the matter with you today?
Look, I'm having a very rough day. I'd rather not talk about it.
Are you feeling kind of small?
Can it, Einar? I'm not in the mood. Your taunts are bad enough when you are real normal height. This is just belittling.
This you could say that we have reached another level.
Oh my god.
I should get into comedy. I am great at this.
Yeah, I'll make sure to watch you and laugh at you, not with you.
So you're hanging on the grate right now. So
And this is why we don't hang out more.
Probably for the
so
best.
you're gonna have to like climb on like by kind of you're climbing. You're not at the like edge of the grate, so you couldn't start climbing up right away. You kind of have to move along the bottom of the floor of the table, like from underneath the table, and you need to kind of go until you reach the edge where you can actually start climbing up. You're basically just using your like the strength in your arms to climb here. But
And you
you will need to roll a climb check here. However, because your skill is legging it,
Yeah.
that's mostly using leg power, you will not get your bonus here.
Well,
All right.
there we go. So, Ron, I rolled a 6. Exactly what I needed. Nice.
Right. I need a 7.
Yeah, this is
I got a 9.
okay.
Easy.
This is difficulty 3, by the way.
Oh, crap.
Crap.
So that I don't forget that.
I rolled an 8. Haha.
7. Make it.
Sweet. Oh my god.
Man,
You climb for a while.
My luck is picked up, even though I went through all of my luck points.
So you climb for a while, and you manage to reach where the edge is, and you start like kind of turning yourself so you can start climbing up. And as you're about to do that, and you kind of start, you see that Jonas is kind of turning himself to grab, and he just loses grip, like doesn't like manage to get a proper grip. He's just so tired, and he just loses all grip and starts to fall.
How big is this fall?
Okay.
Is it to the ground
So-
or just to, into the...
You know the lip that's kind of over these countertops? And these shelves are kind of indented into it? He's gonna fall all the way down.
Oh boy, quick.
This is
grab.
guaranteed death if he falls.
Oh crap.
I mean, I kick my leg towards him and say, grab on to dear life!
Alright,
Leg power.
so that will be extremely hard for him. This will be a difficulty of 4 because he...
I mean, I can't catch him.
I know you can't.
Both of my arms are holding me up.
He got a 2 and a 1. He's shit at climbing, yo. Oh, okay. He kind of grabs onto your pants with his one of his arms, but but the grip just isn't good, and he just loses the grip. You feel it tug on you down. You almost lose your grip.
All right, I would like to try to kick him towards, not death.
Okay. Just so you know, he succeeded only on one of those dice.
Yeah, I would like to swing him, try to,
Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna hurt, but not die.
Okay. You're reacting with a very short frame of time, so this will be a coordination.
All right.
And this will be a very difficult coordination. This is a difficulty 4 coordination.
All right. First roll, success. Second
Okay.
roll, failure. Third roll, failure. I have a luck. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. Failure.
Oh. You attempt as you may to save Jonas from his untimely demise, from falling from the table, from almost the top of this table. You attempt to swing him with the grip that he has, but you just, as you are about to swing, his grip fails him and he falls down, and he's like, no! And you see him just grow smaller in the distance, and when he lands, you don't even hear the sound when he lands.
I also say no.
So he you don't really see it when he hits the ground. It's that
I
far.
look away.
Yeah.
Ugh. No, Jonas, we hardly even.
So the man with the godly stats died.
Well, his stats weren't all that godly if his brawn was too.
It's good than everything else.
Yeah.
The only thing that was failing him was climbing. Really, he rolled really good on everything else. He was rolling like 10s and 9s on everything except climbing. Then he rolled snake eyes.
That poor bastard. We will miss him.
But first, we need to get up before we die.
Yes, you say as you kind of struggle to like hold on, but this will now you're climbing again, and you continue climbing up.
You're like, how is it raining in here?
Since you succeeded on your test before, I'm not gonna make you roll again. I'm just gonna have like one test roll for this stuff. And you managed to reach the top of the counter.
We did it.
You say
In the name of Jonas, we have conquered this foul obstacle.
I stab my splinter into the table. Yes.
So the glass, the tiny glass table. You're actually standing probably on the in the grate still, like for the
give you a
for the
great
alcohol.
big hug on the great.
And I return it.
So you stab your stab your splinter into one of the grate holes.
Nah.
No, it's the small holes.
There's kind of like, even though you managed to reach up here, there's kind of you don't feel any kind of like achievement really. You don't feel happy about your achievement really. You just watched. Even though you didn't know him very well, you just watched someone fall to their death, and that's not something you just see happen.
Tis a hollow victory, is what this is.
Your spirits have been lowered by this incident, and for a while,
take a rest.
For a while, because you watched a man die by falling down, I'm gonna give you a -1 to all of your personality feelings because you're gloomy.
I'm down to 0.
Yeah.
0 personality, 0 luck.
Actually, I'm gonna do -1 die on.
Yeah, well then I...
Dice? Jesus.
So, we reach the top, and we take a rest.
I mean, you watch someone die, so I mean, I think it's pretty fair.
Yeah, we're going to sit down.
So, are you gonna climb all the way to the top of the counter and then sit down?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe we finish.
I mean, you don't need to roll anything.
We finished the climb.
Yeah, you got like on top of the actual counter.
Yeah, did a hug and then just sat down.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sitting in silence, contemplating the increased smallness of our existence. Not that it wasn't, that the vastness of the infinite universe wasn't humbling before, but this is just rubbing it in.
Yeah. You take some time to sit down on the counter and you kind of contemplate over what happened, and you're sitting close enough to the edge that like if that you could still look down if you wanted to. But
I don't.
Yeah. But you look towards where you know the windows of this place to be, and you can see that the sun is definitely setting. The lights in this place, you kind of look up towards the where the light bulbs would be, and you see that there's no light coming from them.
Is this
the ceiling is very high up.
You say the sun is setting, but can we actually tell based on the direction?
You can't tell. Like,
which is it, in the east or the west? That's it.
East. Isn't it? It sets in the. It sets in the west.
Yes.
Yeah.
So is it in the west?
Yeah, it's in the west.
Then it is setting.
Yeah, it is. You can't see the sun, from your angle, but you just see the kind of orange hue, and it's
Coming from
yeah. So
that
and
way.
you know that it's probably somewhere between like probably 4, somewhere between 4 and 6
Yeah,
p.m.
it's even though it's super early, yeah, that's what you get in January.
Yeah, which
So,
is kind of funky because you guys remember distinctly you remember distinctly because you kind of get there in the afternoon. It was definitely probably around 5 when you guys fell asleep.
it's
You may have been
you're
asleep.
probably we have wait, hold on, that doesn't make sense. It would have to be later. We've been walking for hours.
Yeah, you may have
Yeah.
been asleep for like a whole day.
Whew. Who knows?
You kind of managed to figure that out.
We should probably.
It's not difficult math.
So are we tired at the point after having performed this great Herculean feat?
Yes, you are very tired. I'm not gonna put anything on you, but
No,
you are
I'll-
tired.
I'm only thinking of the fact that
Yeah, we are.
that Einar and Styrmir might want to find a place to
Yeah,
sleep, and then we might want to call the
yeah,
session.
that is exactly what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you do feel very tired. This has been a very long day. Like even with everything that's happened, you've probably been like everything that you've been doing. It's probably taken about 8 hours or so.
We've been more physically active than ever.
And yeah, you haven't eaten a lot. Like, especially you, Einar. You haven't, like, actually grabbed anything specific to eat.
That potato chip powered my
But
climb.
the beer... the beer actually helped you quite a bit.
Quite filling.
Yeah.
However, I'm guessing there are some napkins on the countertop.
Yes, there are. There's also, like, a... You can also find, like, a kind of small, like, bowl with, like... You can... In the distance, you can see a bowl with some nuts in it. And you could definitely take some refuge underneath that.
I will grab a napkin, and we can use that as a mattress to lie on.
Yeah. So you pull on mattress. You pull a napkin. You're probably gonna try to position yourself pretty far on top of the table, at least pretty far from the fucking counter edge.
Like as middle as we can.
Yeah. It takes you like a half an hour to reach pretty far in, and you're pretty fucking certain you're not gonna fall.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
like
We'll get some answers in the morning, Einar.
and this is a
Yes.
napkin that like somebody placed down there, but like it doesn't look disgusting. Like maybe it wasn't used. Maybe it was just used for like one of those napkins you put underneath like a glass.
Hell, it was probably the one I was going to use.
Maybe. Actually, you're not that close to your edge, so definitely not.
Oh well.
But you kind of put it up. You kind of position yourself on top of it, and it feels kind of comfortable. It's definitely different than lying on top of a mattress, but you know, it works.
It's not hardwood, and
No.
I'm okay with it.
And you kind of lie down, kind of staring at the ceiling above you. You can see the floodlight bulbs above you. Floodlight. The floodlight. Fluorescent lights above you.
Yeah.
That usually light up this place. You can see their form, not casting any light here. And you kind of take a look towards, like, as you're lying, because you've been too preoccupied by the death of Jonas, that you kind of take a look towards where the register, like where the ordering computer is at the other side. It's like on another table next at the other side of the on the bar. You can kind of see the computer, and it's off. Kind of what you expected, since every like electronic you've seen hasn't been on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, perhaps we will find answers in the morning, but for now, I bid you good night.
Yes. Good night.
And scene.
This has been the first session of Size Zero. You see what I did there with the name?
Ah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Oh, we can finally drop the damned accents.
Yeah.
Indubitably.
Yes. Man, that worked as intended.
Yeah, it worked surprisingly well. I did not notice anything like with the
No,
die rolls.
but-
They were pretty solid.
Yeah, like there was a solid chance we could fail, and a solid like it wasn't 50-50 all the time.
No.
But, yeah, and we
I'm
had to get.
surprised we made as many checks as we did.
Yeah, like we were super lucky when we needed to.
Yeah, I try to make the checks themselves just kind of like encompass one thing, which is why I didn't make you roll twice for like the climbing thing.
Yeah,
And,
like, well, in the individual climbs we did, but not much else.
Yeah, and I think the main reason is because like I made you do some of those is because just of the circumstances you were in.
And to be fair, like I had a lot of extra dice and a bunch of rerolls, so
Yeah.
I finished all of them. So
Even-
it worked.
Yeah, even with all the die rolls we did, like most of those, like climbing the shelf that fell down, like that wasn't really gonna be like if you would have failed that, that would have been wouldn't have been horrible. You would have just kind of slid down and lost a lot of ground.
Time.
The only ones that were really dangerous were the climbing ones,
Yeah.
and maybe the water one. The water one could have really been bad.
Yeah. I was like super lucky on that one with like
Yeah.
a 10, a 9, a 9, and a 9. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like we used quite a bit of rolls, but I think it was kind of just fitting for this this specific scene since you're all like kind of in this new environment, kind of trying to figure shit out.
This is a lot of challenging things we had to do.
Yeah,
But
but
it works.
I enjoyed this actually a lot. Just kind of when you came up with the skill names for some random things, and
Yeah,
we
that's the point. And then you petition to use said skills.
yeah. I actually because of how this kind of first session went, and I am actually with your skill legging it, my dude.
Yeah.
I'm actually I really enjoyed how you played that skill, and
Thank you. I tried.
I really like. I enjoyed how like the ways you could have used it because you like one way that I thought you would point out to use it was when you were trying to save him. That you would have you would have tried. I would have definitely allowed it because this is leg stuff. But
I mean, yeah.
But I do want to award you with an extra skill point in it. The
nice.
the Goose Master skill point. You get that one for the legging it skill.
Bam.
So on the skill and proficiency part of the character sheet, the last one, the last bit there, that's the one I'm gonna mark for like the one I give you.
Yeah.
You can only get one from me per skill.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get the one for legging it. I really enjoyed your use of it, and just also the kind of the way you named it.
Thank you kindly. I also tried, like after he fell, to his death.
Mm-hmm.
I minimized Einar's, speaking to like a minimum because he was
Yeah.
gloomy and sad and didn't want to talk much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I fell silent mostly after that,
Mm-hmm.
and just like responded to your questions.
You were just really unlucky this first session, Sidney. You did not roll a lot of good things, but you did use your luck a lot.
I use my luck a lot to make rerolls, which is probably why I need them.
Yeah. The good thing about the health concern thing, having it like this big, is like I can add things to it, like when you're doing shit, and you're still gonna have the gloomy one next time, and your luck points will go again to max next time when we start, because
Yeah.
they're per
Okay.
session.
Yeah, which is nice.
But how did you? So just as a kind of question in regards to like the story that we're going for here, like
it's
I wanted to go for like I said to you guys before, I wanted to go for like a modern thing, but it was not gonna be anything kind of logical in a way.
No,
Yeah.
this is very Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. I thought it would be a really interesting take on doing it, just because I'm basing this off of a reoccurring dream of mine that I've had like for many years.
Which is
Many a
super
moon.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, is it strange that I've never played the World's End at World what's this? What the
End of
only
the World
two
games?
and yeah, End of the World games. This has kind of that feel over
A
it.
little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Like,
read a
not-
lot of it. I own one of the I own two End of the World games. So
yeah, I've always wanted to play a one shot of those because
those games are really based for one shots.
yeah, and I feel like this is like kind of similar, but I wouldn't know because I haven't read the system.
I think this is similar in the way that you could easily do a one shot with this without any
Yeah.
problems. But
Yeah, because
I think you
just
can also easily do like a bigger thing with it.
Yeah,
this
like,
is this is that
this is-
open.
yeah, like none of this, like everything that we have, like all of our we haven't used. Well, personality hasn't come up that much.
I mean, brains and personality haven't really come up right now, but to
I
be
mean,
fair,
when we were looking for things, should
yeah,
have.
yes.
yeah, we should have been using brains, but
Yeah,
we
you
kind
should have
of
been
messed
using
that
brains.
up.
But personality is like more based on people.
Yeah, so because Brains is looking for things, I suspect it's gonna come up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why we actually didn't use personality is because like when
There
like
weren't-
yeah, because
There weren't many things to talk to.
there
or
was
try
this
to-
one. There was Jonas who died, but
Yeah,
like the one.
if he had gotten to the top, we may have had to cheer him up with some personality tests, but he died. So
I was kind of waiting for you guys to try to cheer him up specifically, like after you saw the dead guy.
Yeah,
I would have made you
well-
do a personality test there.
well,
but I
my
didn't want to do it right after his death.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have a personality of 1, so
I have 5 in personality.
Oh, there you go. I wasn't reading the situation very well.
I enjoyed the fact that like the first thing that like you guys saw was the potato chip, and you guys were arguing that this was just either a big rock or a potato chip.
Well,
Yeah.
And the
I mean, it is not logical to just immediately assume it's like, all right, we have shrunken down.
yeah.
Well, no. Well, of course we didn't do that, but I really want to see it. Like, I was convinced that it was a huge potato chip, not that we had gotten tiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the fun thing though about this is because you went behind the counter. I wasn't exactly sure where you would go, but you went behind the counter and you tried to climb the countertop. And I actually I didn't want to end the session until we went past the countertop part.
Yeah.
Like I wanted you to reach the top before we ended.
Yeah. That was kind of the goal.
But yeah, it was interesting seeing an adventure of like the kind of adventure where you guys were trying to just get to high ground.
Yeah.
And the high ground was getting on top of a countertop, and there was no obvious way of climbing up there. So you just had to use the like broken down panels and stuff like that.
Yeah. Cooler elements, all that good
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, this was fun. This was a fun little challenge to overcome.
Yeah, and there will be a lot more like challenges like this in the next sessions where you're like you'll deal with a lot of weird things.
Yeah, no
And
shit.
like there are definitely going to be things further on that aren't going to make exactly sense, but it's gonna be funky.
This does set the tone nicely because, like I said, with the whole Alice in Wonderland analogy, it does kind of work, which does get us into the mindset of, yeah, things are not gonna make sense. We're just gonna accept that.
And before we cut out, I just want to reiterate that if you really want to sponsor us, we are ready to accept, Lace.
You come on, Lace.
Without added flavor, enhances, just Lace. Yeah, I'm great at this kind of stuff.
Yeah, see, we can do this. We'll have our people contact your people.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, like with your health concerns, Stilmid, they
did
played
come
like
into play. yeah, like 2 separate roles, I think.
Yeah, they played pretty well in. Like they didn't screw
Yeah.
you up totally.
And yeah, and here I was thinking like, man, I picked like the most useless special talent, but no, haha.
It came up quite a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that also kind of sets the tone for like how the skills are supposed to be and how the talents are supposed to be. These they're just supposed to be like this one thing.
Yeah, you're supposed to go, oh wait, this can help me here.
Yeah. This is a like you're good at balancing yourself, and you're good at tennis. You're good at seeing things. I like that.
Yeah, like having the awareness thing is kind of something that everyone should be good at, but then again some are not.
Yeah.
And details. So yeah, it's the openness of the system doesn't seems to be its strength.
Yeah.
Like there are no hard rules for like the stats. Those are like the hardest rules that we have, depending on whether you succeed or fail. The rest is just situational modifiers, really.
And I think that's kind of the point. I think we want to have everything else kind of situational. Like I like the fact that the skills just give you pluses to the skill, while the talents give you dice to them. I feel that that's a very good balancing factor to it. It just makes it a little bit easier for you to succeed on them.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the health concerns is just your either something permanent, like the stuff that I wrote down in character creation, or the situational. The status effects.
Because it's easy to just add it in there, especially when you're using the fillable PDF.
Yeah, you just type it in, and then once it no longer applies, you take it back out, and there you go.
Also, just as a funny bit, because the you see the geese on the character sheet, the red goose is me, the green goose is Eagle, and you're the blue goose.
Ha. Nice.
But yes, I think this is a good spot for us to kind of end. Unless there are any specific points you guys want to kind of point out on this.
Nothing that.
So you're saying that you are the health concern, I am the special talents, and he is baggage.
Nothing.
I
mean, the Goose Master is a health concern to all players.
Exactly. The one thing I did, I added I think 2 things to the rules. I added assisting to situational modifiers. It basically has the same description as feeling lucky.
Right.
But I feel like I feel like it kind of makes sense. Either we'll take that out and just have feeling lucky as the assist result.
Yeah. We'll
see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But and then there is the I also added the health points thing that would if you take damage in other stats.
Nothing set in stone.
Yeah, nothing set in stone yet.
Yeah, but again, the openness is the strength.
I also just really enjoyed how simplistic this was, because we were just kind of describing things that were happening, and it will also be really great once you guys especially because even though I'm kind of pushing forward the game, you guys will have more actual ability to kind of affect things later, because you can affect the scenes a lot more than you if you want to.
Well, yeah, but we kind of have to get we have to figure out how the world works before we can actually start pushing and pulling levers.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, you could describe the general stuff, but the basics.
Be right back.
All right.
But yeah, I'm enjoying how we actually did this, and I don't think with the way we're actually doing the skills and proficiency thing, I don't think giving you guys 10 points was a bad thing. I think that's pretty good.
No.
Yeah, you have Stidman has 5 points left to spend, and you have, let's see, you have 4 points left to spend, because I wrote it down there.
Yeah. Put 3 in tennis, 2 in eye power, and 1 in legging it. I just want Viggi to come before we actually close off, because I want to have him here when we do that.
But yeah, this
Can't wait for us to go like into a battle royale
Yeah.
on top of one of the like game tables, and it's actually the foosball table, so he gets a +2 on fighting there because he's so good at foosball.
I'm gonna put you into situations like deliberately that you will have to test out all of your skills just to make sure that everything is good. But yeah, I'm like agreeing with Vicky. This is a very entertaining how like rules light it is, and like I expected a little bit more like of us checking into the rules with some stuff, like maybe
We
adjusting
kind
some
of
things.
hashed out the rules pretty well,
I
and
mean, like-
especially because we were delayed by that 1 week. We
Yeah.
got to like
Kind of look it over as well.
yeah.
I kind of expected that we would have looked it over a little bit more than we did, but I'm actually surprised we didn't do as much as we did. I think I only looked at the rules like twice or thrice. 2 or 3 times.
I did not look at the rules at all. Just went.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this was a pretty good one. I'm actually looking quite forward to continuing. This was a very fun session. I wasn't sure what to expect when you pulled out Einar Ausket, but
I mean, we'll get into that once we
Yeah.
talk about backstory stuff and implement that into.
backstories
But like
will be
the first
interesting.
2 sessions, it's just figuring out the game and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We don't have to involve backstory immediately.
We can have backstory and stuff like that, like pop up as we go.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
return
Welcome back,
with cake.
Oh, nice.
motherfucker.
But yeah, it's also kind of funny that you just ended on top of the countertop, and you haven't like actually done anything there. But yes, I think it's a good time to call it here. This has been a very good session. I have enjoyed it. This is like I'm looking forward to next week. One
Thank
thing.
you all for watching,
Wait.
beams.
One moment, man. I need to do some outro stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So, we will at some point, maybe after 2 or 3 more sessions, we might have some guest people in between, just random people. We will decide as a group because we want to have other people test the system with us. So we might get like a one-shot guest as like for one shot or something like that in this
push
game.
them off the table.
Yeah, and then we will and we'll see if we see if people are interested. They might. You can send me some stuff. We might have you come on if we like you.
And if we don't, ha!
We won't tell you. But damn, no. If we might be interested in having some people just checking it out. So definitely send me a line if you want to try this out. Also, I think, as I was saying, next I'm gonna once I get the images of geese, I'm gonna put them on, and they will have the stats on them. So you will be able to see their stats, like in the skills and stuff like that.
Yeah. Looking forward to those geese pictures.
Yeah, me too. Before I sign us off, is there anything like? I don't expect you to plug anything, Rai, but Vicky, do you want to plug your thing?
Indeed. If anyone wishes to see some more role-playing, but in Dark Heresy, I run a Dark Heresy game on Ego Queen Alexis, which is a 40k channel, which happens to fit nicely with Dark Heresy, for it is also 40k.
You can put that link in the Twitch chat if you want.
Yeah, I will. So I'll just grab it off of YouTube. So...
Only plug I have is just to plug my phone into.
Which reminds me, I will need to I'll give when I can. I will need to give both you and Rai mod status so that you can spam links and shit.
Yeah.
yeah, so check that stuff out. This will be going up on the Danger Pool channel, which I'm going to. I'm gonna link real quick, and like you can check. You should be able to check this out there. This will be going up in like I'm guessing a week because I need to like I need to edit some stuff. I need to fix it because it cut. But is there anything you want to plug, my dude? Rai? I don't guess you. I don't think you will, but you know if you want to.
Absolutely nothing. Stay out of my private life.
I would like to plug this cake. It is delicious and moist.
I want to thank everyone that decided to drop on by. We actually had, like, we had a consistent group here in the chat, with, like at least viewing, which was great.
Yeah.
And I want to thank everyone for watching. I'm G20, also known as Godpool, and I got my boys Rai and Viggi.
Yeah.
Yeah, boys, and we will be signing off for now. Look forward to next week's episode of Size Zero, which I am going to call Conquering the Countertop.
Oh boy.
See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.